Chapter 1. Intro. The constant drain. You wake up and something already feels off. Not exhausted enough to crash back into bed, but not refreshed either. It's subtle, almost invisible, but it's there. That low-level fatigue that never fully disappears. You tell yourself it's normal. Maybe you slept late. Maybe you just need coffee, so you start your day anyway. But everything feels slightly heavier than it should. You move slower. You think slower. Even simple tasks feel like they require a bit more effort than they used to. Then later, you think about training, and that's where it really shows. You're not excited. You're not even motivated. You're just tired. And now the gym feels like another burden instead of something that builds you. Some days, you still go. You push through. You force it. Other days, you don't even try. And that's when the thought starts creeping in. Why does everything feel harder than it should? Most people assume the answer is simple. They think, I need more discipline, I need more motivation, I need to push harder. But what if that assumption is wrong? What if the problem isn't lack of effort, but lack of available energy? Because your body is not random. It runs on a system, a limit, a hidden structure most people never think about, an energy budget. And every single day, you are either managing it carefully or slowly overspending it without realizing. Chapter 2. The idea of AN energy budget. Most people think of energy in simple terms. Eat food, get calories, burn them in the gym. But your body doesn't work like a simple calculator. It works more like a financial system. And energy is your currency. You wake up each morning with a limited balance. Not just physical energy, but mental and emotional energy too. Everything you do is a transaction. Training costs energy, but so does stress. So does overthinking. So does scrolling your phone for hours. So does making decisions all day. Even small things. Replying to messages. Switching tasks. Worrying about tomorrow. Holding attention for long periods. All of it is spending energy. And the key detail most people miss is this. Your body does not separate categories. It doesn't say, this is gym fatigue, this is emotional fatigue, this is mental fatigue. It sees only one thing, total system load. And when that total load gets too high, your body doesn't upgrade performance. It doesn't adapt instantly. It does something far more primitive. It slows you down. It protects itself. Because survival always comes before progress. Chapter 3. The invisible expenses. Most people only track what they can see. Gym sessions, workouts, steps, calories. But the biggest drains are invisible. They don't feel dramatic. They don't feel like stress in the moment. They just quietly reduce your capacity over time. Chronic stress is one of them. That constant background tension in your mind. Even when nothing is happening, your brain feels on. Sleep is another. Not just sleeping hours, but sleep quality. You can lie in bed for 8 hours and still wake up under-recovered if your nervous system never fully relaxed. Mental fatigue builds through long focus periods. Screens, notifications, constant context switching. Your attention never gets a break. Caffeine also plays a hidden role. It borrows energy from later in the day, so you feel strong early, but crash later. Even irregular eating matters. Because unstable fuel cook, unstable output. None of these seem extreme on their own, but together, they create a constant leak. And here's the dangerous part. You don't feel the leak happening, you only feel the result. Low motivation, heavy body, slow recovery. And by then, you're already running on half capacity. Chapter 4. When effort becomes the problem. This is where most people get stuck, because the instinct is always the same. If I feel tired, I need to push harder, so they increase effort. More training, more intensity, more discipline, more pressure. But effort itself is not free. Effort is also energy spending. So if your system is already depleted, adding more effort doesn't fix the problem. It accelerates it. Your body begins to react in predictable ways. Recovery becomes slower. Sleep becomes lighter. Your nervous system stays more activated even at rest. Motivation drops, not because you are lazy, but because your system is overloaded. And when overload continues long enough, performance doesn't just stop improving, it starts declining. Because your body is no longer building. It is just trying to survive the demand placed on it. Chapter 5. The early warning signs. Energy overspending is not sudden. It is gradual, silent, almost invisible at first. You don't wake up one day completely drained. You slowly lose capacity over weeks and months. The signs are subtle. You feel tired even after sleeping. Workouts that used to feel normal now feel heavier. Your drive to train becomes inconsistent. Your body feels slow instead of responsive. And the most confusing part is, nothing is clearly wrong. You're still functioning. You're still training. You're still working. But internally, you are not recovering the way you used to. And this is where most people misunderstand the situation. They think, I'm losing discipline, but in reality, it's not a discipline issue, it's a capacity issue. Your system is asking a simple question. How much more are you trying to take from me than I can currently restore? Chapter 6. The real solution. Balance, not more effort. When people feel low energy, they usually try to fix it by adding more supplements, more workouts, more routine, routines, more optimization, but that mindset assumes the problem is lack of input. In reality, the problem is overload. Think of your body like a phone battery. If the battery drains too fast, you don't fix it by opening more apps. You don't fix it by forcing the processor harder. You reduce what is running in the background. Your body works the same way. Before adding anything new, you first have to reduce what is draining you. Chapter 7, Step 1, Control Daily Energy Leaks. Most people think fatigue comes from training, but training is often not the main problem. The real issue is everything outside training. Small habits that repeat every day. Poor sleep timing slowly disrupts recovery cycles. Constant phone use keeps your brain in stimulation mode. Multitasking spreads your attention thin all day. Skipping meals or eating randomly destabilizes energy levels. High caffeine use creates artificial spikes followed by crashes. None of these feel dramatic in the moment, but they accumulate, and over time, they become your baseline state. So even before your workout starts, you are already partially drained. That's why the gym feels harder than it should, not because the workout changed, but because your starting point changed. Chapter 8, Step 2, Train with energy in mind, not emotion. Most people train emotionally, not strategically. They think, I feel good today, so I'll go all out. Or, I feel tired, so I should rest completely. But energy doesn't follow emotion, it follows system state. Some days you feel low, but light movement would actually improve recovery. Some days you feel strong, but your system is still not fully recovered. So pushing hard in that moment adds more debt. That's why structure matters. Not every session should demand maximum output. Training should have different roles. Some sessions build performance. Some maintain consistency. Some support recovery. If every workout demands your maximum, you are not training intelligently. You are just stacking stress on top of stress. And eventually, the body pushes back. Chapter 9, Step 3, Recovery is active, not empty. One of the biggest misconceptions in fitness is this. Rest means doing nothing, but your body doesn't recover through inactivity alone. Recovery is an active biological process. Walking helps regulate the nervous system. Light movement increases blood flow and reduces stiffness. Sleep restores hormonal balance and neural function. Proper nutrition refills physical and chemical resources. Stress reduction lowers internal load so repair can begin. These are not breaks. They are processes. Because your body does not grow during stress. It grows after stress. But only if recovery is enough to support it. If recovery is not enough, you never truly rebuild. You just continue operating in deficit. Chapter 10, Step 4, Build a simple energy system. You don't need complexity. You don't need perfect routines. You need a system that doesn't overload you. 3 simple principles. Don't push maximum intensity every day. Don't ignore recovery as part of training. Don't allow life stress to accumulate without awareness. When energy is managed properly, everything becomes smoother. Workouts feel more stable. Recovery becomes faster. Progress becomes more consistent because now your body is not constantly defending itself. It is adapting. And that changes everything because your body does not reward exhaustion. It rewards balance. You don't actually need more energy. You need better control over the energy you already have because most people aren't tired from lack of ability. They are tired from mismanaged demand. And when you finally stop overspending your system, you realize something important. Strength was never missing. It was just buried under exhaustion.